sort of a positive thing, something that is not necessarily in order to share secrets or to do something for profit, right? In a pure form, it's somebody who's persistent, who wants to solve a problem for the sake of solving that problem. People use the tools and they kind of, as I said, do things under the auspices of hacking, but in a lot of those cases, it's also industrial espionage, or it's actual criminal behavior and stuff like that, and it gets very often conflated. So, as I said, we really try to appeal to the positive ethos and
I remember one of the early letters that we printed in 2600, somebody was asking the question as to whether they thought they were a hacker or whether their friends were actually hackers. And I remember the answer we printed was basically, if a lot of people think you're wasting your time, then you're probably a hacker. But if there are all these people gathered around you wanting you to give them information so that they could rip somebody off, then you're probably a criminal. That's the difference. If you're just interested in finding out something for the sake of curiosity or to learn how it works, not a lot of other people that don't share those interests will be interested in that. They won't be following you. But that is really what it comes down to. It's just basically focusing on something that you want to know the answer to and not giving up till you get it.
You've been busy with internet and hacking and informational technology for over 30 years. How can you describe the changes in the internet? Today the internet looks somehow like a battlefield. There are government, there are terrorists, there are different groups acting on the internet. There are private companies. How does it look like? Who is against whom? And
well, I mean, it's changed more than you could possibly imagine anything changing in the last 30 years or something. 30 years ago, there really wasn't an internet. There was the ARPANET, the beginnings of the internet, but nothing like this. We saw it start up as an educational institution, something that basically grew to include everybody, and then we saw the rampant commercialization of the internet. And now we're seeing fragmentation, which kind of brings it back to the way it used to be before the internet, when you had BBSs and all different phone numbers you would call that were isolated from each other. Well, now you have Facebook, now you have social media where basically it's self-contained, and there are people who don't use email anymore. They only communicate on Facebook. But if you don't communicate on Facebook, you can't talk to them. If you don't communicate on Twitter, you can't talk to those people. So we're kind of seeing the internet ride